But back to talking about game mechanics. I had a point. I just can't remember quite what I wanted to say.
Have you ever seen the game Infamous at all?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of
similar.
it. I've seen, yeah, kind of big generic city thing, open world, fly
Yeah,
around a
but, like-
lot, do a bunch of quests.
Yeah.
You have
But I
3
wanna
days
say
to beat
that
the game.
Well, I mean, in game time, yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
It's not like Majora's Mask style where it's just like, nope, the plot is just over the course of a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
But that had like a really memorable city from what I remember.
From what you remember at a memorable city. Got it.
Well, I mean, so I could be wrong.
It was
like,
just a turn of phrase. I just thought it was a funny.
Yeah. I guess I just connected with it better for whatever reason than like this. This is just kind of like generic buildings all over the place. And maybe it's because we can zip past this game so much. Like, oh, you know, that's it. So you
I
know
don't
how
think
Prototype
so.
and well, did you ever play Prototype?
No.
Because it's on PC. Okay. It feels kind of similar to this, where like you can really zip around, you can fly, you can just sprint up buildings like no effort.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's see. We didn't power play.
I really don't think so. I think that if you take the time to really look around, even if you are sprinting through, everything just kind of feels like it's there to give you something to run past, rather than this is part of a living city, you know?
That's what Prototype had. Like, Prototype was supposed to be a sandbox game, and really it was just like a bunch of buildings with like a couple of things. Another good example, I guess, would be Just Cause.
Yeah,
Did you ever play Just Cause
definitely
2?
like that.
Like, it didn't really feel like there was much going on. There was a lot of just open areas that you could go into,
through
and it had vehicles, and like there were side quests and stuff. But like 90% of the time, it was just there for being there, so you could keep doing the side quests to get through. Actually, we should see if we can do co-op on that game at some point, because that'd be kind of fun.
Okay,
like
sure, whatever you say.
On Catterday.
Catterday, sure. I think that open world designs in general, you have to get them just right, and they take a hell of a lot of resources to do.
Yeah,
just think about all the art assets that got sunk into this.
Oh yeah.
What about GTA 5?
I've been very impressed with it thus far. Like, it feels very cohesive.
Good. The only GTA games I've played have been of the GTA 3 family. Like, any GTA 3 engine is the stuff I played. So that's going to be your San Andreas, things like that.
Okay.
Came out in that era.
Are you going to be picking up 5 at some point?
I think so.
Okay. Because
I'm not really that. I wouldn't profess myself a fan of the GTA series, but I like the games I played.
I'm not either, but now that they've got multiplayer, the potential, as far as I'm concerned, is really high. Kind of, it's like I would like to I would like to keep playing that game with people. Unfortunately, it's just such a scheduling nightmare, because most of the people that I play with are like you know, Dragass or Crest, that kind of thing. What the hell is this? Is this our objective, or what'd you do?
I don't know. I started fighting people, and things just kind of got out of hand. I guess we let the cat out of the bag.
Weird kind of out of hand too. I don't really appreciate it being clubbed to death by all these Genkies.
Genkies? Nice. Sick multiculturalism, bro.
Well, no, they're called Genkies. Professor Genkies.
Oh, I got confused with the Japanese word for cat, which is neko. And then I was like, huh, you're having a little weeaboo moment. That's okay. You're allowed to have them. A little bit. A little bit.
All right, Zazu.
I don't profess to understand what that meant.
Well, you said Abu.
Abu. I said weeaboo.
Yeah, we're Abu.
Now I get it, and I wish I didn't.
I'm sad that it took you that long. There's a shit ton of baseball bats. Like, look at the ground back here for a second.
Yeah, I saw it. This is just nothing but just baseball bats everywhere, and they're gone. Well, people can just rewind the video a few seconds and see all the baseball bats.
Yeah. God, I forgot about my weird-ass troll voice.
Yeah, I think that another thing that I'm not really digging with this game so much is the fact that the money seems pretty arbitrary and useless.
It was more important, I think, before we had superpowers.
Yeah,
The
which
fact that
was
there
like the
are
first
two,
20 minutes of the game.
yeah, the fact that there are just flat out two resources for you to collect,
Yeah,
and like one is wildly more important than the other purely because like
one's more powerful than the other.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that could have been streamlined a little bit, possibly.
What are we supposed to do? Oh,
We're supposed to
the
sprint through the checkpoints. So we're doing a little racy race again. I'm gonna win, by the way. Just so you're aware. Oh, damn it. Just because you're ahead of me now doesn't mean... Oh, damn it. Just because you're ahead of me still doesn't mean you're gonna win this race. Mister, I have a controller, and therefore this is a hell of a lot easier to do.
Not using a controller for this one.
Oh. Well, then I have no
Oh,
excuse, right?
Don't hit the red shit, by the way.
Oh, that makes sense. That's some video game design for you right there. You could probably make a whole video game based on this mechanic, and it would be pretty good. I'm sure that video games have been based on this mechanic have already been made.
Yeah, have you ever heard of a story about my uncle?
No. What do you do?
It's a
Dad
Spider-Man
jokes.
simulator, which technically isn't like this, but it kind of has the same like overall theory of like
It's a third-person shooter. Or wait, this is a third-person shooter. It's a first-person shooter.
It's actually a first-person platformer, but it's like Spider-Man-y style. But it's effectively if you just took the Spider-Man mechanic and turned it into a platformer, and like took out the combat, took out everything else, and made it into like a legitimate game. It actually feels really good. Like I would love to play a free runner racing game almost. And there really aren't a whole lot.
Dude,
like parkour and stuff.
What if they did a parkour Spider-Man game?
Maybe, yeah.
Sounds like it could be awesome. Like if you had better control over the web shooting instead of how it usually is with a Spider-Man game where you just shoot it straight up and it magically grabs onto passenger jets overhead or whatever.
Yeah, no, I would love that actually. Shoot, I'm trying to think. Oh, it was Sleeping Dogs had a really good parkour system, if I remember.
Yeah, that's true. I liked that game. I mean, I never owned it. I just played it a little bit.
It's damn good.
It struck me as being awesome. There was controversy about it though. I don't remember what.
Because a lot of people said it was racist and it portrayed I'm
standing next to something that looks interesting. Speed Rift? Nah, I don't want to do this.
Is Hong Kong in Taiwan or is it Chinese? I don't remember.
Hong Kong?
That's I know dick all about. Really
that's
anything.
like that's its own thing. That's not. I mean, it's located in China, but it's its own independent entity.
Okay.
I believe that's correct. I actually don't know very much about that, about like Chinese politics and stuff like that. And that I really should, because I'm starting to realize that is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
But I think that Hong Kong is independent, Taiwan is independent, stuff like that. So Sleeping Dogs took place in Hong Kong. Is that the deal?
Yes.
And it starred Mr. J.T. Denton into Fresh. That is so horrible, by the way.
Like, it was slightly racist. There were definitely negative Chinese stereotypes and a lot of other stuff culturally that I could see somebody getting angry about. At the same time, like, it was a damn good game. Like, of all of the games on my YouTube channel, it's probably one of my favorites, and it's probably going to be the first one that ever gets a redo completely. As far as like me playing back through it, because it was that good. The shooting was a little junky in it, but the overall melee combat was great. And I really enjoyed the plot. It was hella dark. It's like you actually get kind of like into these characters, and you know you get kind of involved in their lives, and you get to see like bite-sized parts of like why these guys are in gang culture, and then like
oh neat,
not even halfway through the game, it just flips everything on its head, and you're just like, oh shit.
Huh.
It was a game that raised the stakes
Mm-hmm.
every couple of chapters, and it was really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of it that I thought was really, really funny and terrible, where I guess when you looked at somebody, you were able to get like a profile of them and like find out what their fetishes were and stuff like that. Like some of them were
No,
humorous.
you're thinking of Watch Dogs. You're thinking of Watch Dogs, not Sleeping Dogs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I got those confused. But this whole time I've been thinking of Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs is awesome. Watch Dogs. Yeah. That was
Watch
not
Dogs
so
had
hot.
potential.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to play the multiplayer with it because it looked like it would be fun for a laugh or two, and I think I own it actually. I do not go on my Ubisoft account ever.
Yeah, really.
But I think I picked it up for free as like a combination deal with some other game. Shit, I really need to go onto my Uplay account and actually see what games I own there, because I must own like at least a couple of their major releases, and I just never paid attention because I don't like Ubisoft.
If you're on Uplay. Yeah, I really don't care much for Ubisoft. Like I really like a lot of their old titles.
Like, honestly, a lot of their games are good. Like, Far Cry, for all of it just kind of being like a sort of boring grind, it's still a fun game. South Park Stick of Truth is downright amazing. Assassin's Creed
is its own thing. Nothing needs to be really said.
Roller coaster of awesome and awful to the point where, like, I'm not sure if I ever want to play it.
Yeah, really.
Maybe if I was drunk, had friends, and a weekend to just let's play through it entirely.
Yeah, pretty much. Did you ever play any of the God, what were they called? The Tom Clancy games, like the Rainbow Six, the Splinter Cells, those sorts of games?
I've got one of the Splinter Cells, and I'd like to.
Oh, they're so good. The Splinter Cells are amazing. They really just nailed like precisely what they were going for with like the stealth and the action stuff. It was just awesome.
I would actually really like to go back through them because they have co-op campaigns, right?
Oh, they do. Yes, they do.
I think they've got like 4-man co-op campaigns. Like, I think that would actually be really fun to get, a crew for, like Catter Day style or something.
Yeah.
But I think I'd rather do Nazi Zombie Army first, considering we have that and Gnomes is poor.
That's true. He'll be better. He'll be better soon.
Oh yeah, once he gets that one job.
That sweet, sweet architecture money.
Yep.
I think that it's so badass that he is like actually succeeding in like the most difficult career path on the face of the earth.
I think there are a couple that are slightly higher, but he is definitely up there. Yeah.
Yeah, architect is definitely top tier difficulty.
Yep.
So, but when he announced that he got an internship, I was like, oh, my little gnomesy. My little gnomesy's doing so well.
Watch him still be poor.
Well, he is going to be an architect.
I mean, if you can get to... I mean, if you're a good architect, you make bank.
Yeah. But everyone's a good architect. If they're good at it. What was I trying to say? There are a lot of good architects. So it's very competitive.
Oh, activate warp point.
It also strikes me as the kind of profession which would also be subjected to the same things that are present in like the gallery and high art world, where taste is going to be, and like if you're in vogue, is going to be a huge determinant of your successes.
Yeah, my environmental science teacher in Croatia was a part-time architect, because that country really doesn't have its like own separate system. So he would design like environmentally friendly houses and stuff. But so he had to do stuff like
crap. I tried to go up the same tower you did, and then I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm down.
All right, hold on.
There's an ass ton of people at the bottom of the tower shooting me.